Season, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Looking to pass first play is Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now, this defense for the Commanders, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd and very short, Wilson. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Wilson. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field. couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Prescott now. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Throwing, Prescott. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Prescott on first down. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Prescott. Left side to Lamb. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll throw again. Prescott. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll work down inside the 45. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. We're scoreless after one. From the 44, Wilson. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Second and 5 now. Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And the Commanders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Gibson is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To throw is Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Robinson, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Sly able to put this one through. And it's 3-0 Washington. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. No gain on that one as it brings up to 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Second down and a run by Robinson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It was Anthony Barr that time who got in there and made the play. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play call.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 9 yards that time. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw again is Wilson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not...
Taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They go play action now. Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustration, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll run with Gibson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders get a bit closer. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll let Robinson try and run. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, 77 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now it's Wilson. This one left side caught by Gibson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catch.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play. But the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit, too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete.
On the set.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a 1st. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Swinging this out for Pollard. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And some room to work. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Pollard again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Micah Parsons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line is taking charge.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Wilson getting right back to it after the pick 6. Complete, it's Dotson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Going right back to Dotson.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Play action. It's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew the passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, Al, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
130 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end